Comedy, the funny frontier. These are the adventures of FXBG Pirate Radio. Its constant mission to explore strange new humor, to seek out new artists and new comedians, boldly to go where no humor has gone before.
Hard stop. I forgot to do the fade out on it. Welcome to Shock Monkey Radio Redux. This is EK the DJ alongside...
I'm the Madman. Hello.
And Listener Tom,
who is now in Studio Tom.
In Studio Tom.
And we are here to bring you your weekly dose of uncensored, unfiltered news curated by us.
Yeah, three idiots.
Idiots.
Two idiots and a madman.
Two idiots and a madman. And, so we're going to talk about our weekends for a moment, and then we're going to jump into some news stories.
Oh, boy. You want to lead it off? What was your boring weekend?
My boring weekend? I've been playing Final Fantasy 15 like it's my job. And then I've also been going to my job. And spending time with my son. That's the standard for me.
Crazy.
Has been rather uneventful. There was a snowpocalypse
Right.
over the past week.
Right.
So a lot of people have, of course, forgotten how to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I don't think there were as many accidents this time as there were with the last snow/ice fall that we had a couple weeks ago, or was it a month ago?
I don't remember.
Well, there were a lot more accidents last time. A lot more black ice.
People are stupid, though. I mean, even when the weather's great, they drive like idiots.
I'm from Buffalo. I know how to drive in this crap. I can say in your Virginian defenses, they don't plow the roads. So.
No.
But the people don't know how to drive. I'm sitting there driving over the Rappahannock Bridge. 35 miles an hour? Just go slow. I'm not in a rush. I don't want to go careening over the edge into the icy waters below. So I'll go 25 miles an hour, and I had some idiot last year driving about, 40, 45. Like, okay, dude, just slow it down. That's the trick. Slow it down.
Some people. Well, he's off dealing with his son now, so tell me about your weekend, Tom.
I wisely chose to stay out of the cold into my nice heated house, which my wife insisted on having at 73 degrees. Right? So when she wasn't looking, I dropped it back down to 70. I've been meaning to get the Wave app. So if she walks over to it, push the button to
right.
Put 74, and then when she walks away, put it back down to 68. But I dodged the cold. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was kind of on call because they were worried about snowpocalypse, whatever.
Right, whatever.
But nobody called me for any network problems, so I stayed in, watched football all weekend. Got one game wrong.
Nice. There's a fix for the people that don't stop messing with the thermostat. You increase the variance. No, just increase the variance. So my thermostat has a 1.5 degree swing. So the heat won't kick on. If I have it set to 70, the heat won't kick on unless it gets down to 68.5.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can increase that, I think, up to on my thermostat, you can increase it up to 4 degrees. So if I set it to 70, the heat won't kick on unless it's 66 degrees in the house.
I can do math.
I'm saying,
riveting, I tell you.
Dude, it's genius because when you live with somebody who's got to kick it up to 74,
right?
At least you got to compromise.
Well, I'll have to see if the Honeywell.
I think I got a Honeywell
thermometer or thermostat has that setting. That's cool.
It's worth a shot.
Though it just kind of, the geek in me, I kind of want one of those Nest.
Oh, those are so awesome.
I just can't justify $300 to play with it through my iPhone, though.
I'm with you on that one.
Wow, these weekends are horrible, guys.
But I did watch the Golden Globes.
Oh, you did? Why?
So how was that? How was that wasted several hours of
I
your
fell
life?
asleep.
I'm sure.
I was playing my new game. Well, it's
Was
not
it
new.
was it before or after Meryl Streep made me miserably angry?
I didn't even see that. I was like, yeah, whatever. She's talking about her Lifetime Achievement Award, blah 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 blah, and I just sat there and played Clash Royale, and then I saw all the fuss the next day.
I just don't understand why celebrities think anyone gives a shit about their political opinion. Just go back to make the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada.
No, Death Becomes Her. She should make a sequel
Right.
to that.
Make the sequel to another good movie. Continue being a great actress.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah. I want to say Mamma Mia 3.
Mamma Mia.
Papa Pia.
Oh, God.
But
Anyway, yeah, who cares what she thinks?
I just can't believe though our president-elect though has to go onto Twitter for every stupid thing. Just ignore it.
Hey, what's funny is he calls her an overrated actress. There's
He's got a point.
Okay.
Plus, doesn't a Lifetime Achievement Award mean your career's over?
yeah, for the most part.
But
It's like,
she's
listen,
accomplished something.
You're not
in
getting
her
any.
life.
You're not getting any more good roles. So let's give you this award before you
Well,
fade
she'll
into
get the
existence.
grandma roles. That's what she'll get.
She's had the grandma roles for a while though, now hasn't she?
Yeah.
She was the mom in Mamma Mia.
That's
Was
grandma-ish.
she the mama? in
Yeah.
Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even
Yeah, but
pay
her daughter
attention.
was in her 20s though, right?
Yeah.
Right. So she was old lady running
Yeah.
the hotel by herself.
And she, yeah. Who cares what she thinks?
I certainly don't.
You don't. You know who makes good actors? Sociopaths.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Psychopaths.
Baldwins.
Because
They make great actors.
people who are psychopaths, they've had to feign emotion their entire lives because they don't really feel it. So that makes a good actor. So we should listen to them because they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Team America World Police where they do Janine Garofalo. It's our duty as celebrities to read newspapers and say it back to people when we're interviewed.
Accurate.
The only thing I don't really want to go making this a Golden Globes podcast, but I
Somebody
got
started
kinda,
listening. We're in a loop.
It's not stopping. I was kind of annoyed with the whole category of
That is annoying.
musical.
We're time
and
traveling.
The best comedy/musical. I mean, you had Deadpool up there versus La La Land. I mean, I'm not going to disparage La La Land.
Comedy/musical?
Yeah, and-
How is Deadpool a musical?
Right, but that's the category.
Comedies and musicals
slash
share a category?
musical.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I can say La La Land was probably the best musical out this year and probably deserved those awards. And that's what those Academy people do is give it to musicals, not comedies. Because Deadpool, in my opinion, was a better
Way
movie.
better, yeah.
But it is a different genre.
Yeah.
So I was just...
They're kind of lumped in there. They don't really belong together.
Right. I got kind of annoyed and I just sort of half watched it. There was nothing else on and played video games on my phone.
Well, I don't give a shit about the Golden Globes. I don't know why anyone watches that nonsense.
Nothing else was on TV, and it was late, and my daughter was hogging my computer doing
You have a
homework.
smartphone, man. Don't you have Netflix?
I have
I've been watching Young Justice, by the way.
I have
It's pretty
Amazon. Good. I have Amazon Fire Stick where I could probably have put Netflix on and watch Young Justice, but or what I'm trying to watch, Man in the High Castle. But I don't know. I just sat and vegged and played video games on my phone and watched the Golden Globes.
Well, you guys are horribly interesting, I tell you. Well, I don't. My weekend isn't that much better though.
Oh, I do have one more thing to add. I saw Suicide Squad finally.
Oh, there you go.
I hated the Joker.
Yep.
Everything else about the movie I loved. I was apprehensive about Will Smith's Deadshot.
I like that.
But then
shot.
about halfway through the movie, I was like, okay, he won me over.
Yeah. As much as I loved Harley Quinn because Margot Robbie's just hot, I just don't buy her as a villain. I mean,
No.
it's just like anybody can. I mean, yes, fine, maybe she's
I don't like Harley Quinn.
shoot her with a gun. I just don't get why she would be.
I thought she was. I thought it was a good character. I thought she portrayed Harley Quinn well.
I'm not going to knock Margot Robbie's portrayal. I don't get her as a. She's a regular person. She has no superpowers. She's just crazy, and maybe she knows how to fight, and people are afraid of her.
Right.
I don't know why all these big, tough security guards. Oh God! Don't go into that glass cell with Harley Quinn.
Well, the whole point is that she's a psychopath. The same thing as Joker. He's a psychopath.
right,
They're unpredictable.
he's a mastermind. But if you're going to go, trained security guards should be able to handle a huge, bulking man, let alone a fine, maybe an athletic woman. It pissed me off.
Okay,
It
I'll
got
give
me
you
out of
that.
the-
I'll give you that.
But I mean, I like Killer Croc. I love Deadpool. It was it was an okay movie, or not Deadpool.
Deadshot, yeah.
It was an okay movie, but the Joker took it from me. They shouldn't have had him in that role.
I thought it was a horrible portrayal.
Right.
They should honestly. I feel like Jared Leto should have played Lex Luthor, and Jesse Eisenberg should have played the Joker.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think that
that probably would have been better.
a method
casting.
actor would have made a better Lex
Heath Ledger.
Luthor.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
So I think Jared Leto would have made a better Lex Luthor because he's a method actor. I think he would have portrayed the Joker or the Lex Luthor better in Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman. And I think that Jesse Eisenberg, his neurotic presentation
Of Lex Luthor, yeah.
of it felt like the Joker. It didn't feel like Lex Luthor. It felt like I was watching the Joker.
Well, you got Facebook, Jesse Eisenberg. He did so well as a millionaire, so they put him as Lex Luthor.
I guess.
I'm not a big fan of him on that role as Lex Luthor.
No, I thought it was terrible. I felt like he was not Lex Luthor. I felt like he was the
I didn't
Joker.
really like Batman versus Superman. I just thought the whole Martha Kent thing was
Yeah,
really stupid.
ridiculous, yeah.
Our moms have the same name.
Oh, well, I could be friends with you now and not kill you with my kryptonite spear. That took me out of it. It's just like, hey, Bruce, let's pretend to fight.
Just to
Lex
get the
has my
fanboys.
mom. Why don't you help me out? Like really, Bruce?
Yeah, I didn't like that they pulled Doomsday right out the gate. I didn't like that they killed Superman right out the gate.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how have you not seen it?
Just
Spoilers.
to spite Jared. You want to talk about my weekend now, you ADD bastards?
Yes,
I'll
sir.
take that as a no.
We want to hear everything.
I'm just shocked that you haven't seen a Batman movie.
It's not technically a Batman movie.
His name's in the title.
So
You got a Batman shirt on.
it's the logo I don't like either. It's from the Burton Batman era. But
Thus further proving my point. Justifying my shockness. You're wearing the version of the logo you don't like, and you haven't seen the new movie.
just to spite Jared, all right? It's personal. You wouldn't understand. Anyway, I've been beating myself up all weekend because I disliked my first video of Rebecca Felgates.
You disliked it.
Yeah.
Like, did you actually take action to dislike it, or did you just?
I
didn't like
disliked it because I disliked it.
No, but you didn't click a dislike button. You just are expressing now that you dislike.
No,
this
I
video.
hit the dislike button.
Oh, you actually hit the. You
Yeah.
took action.
Yeah.
Shit.
And so, I mean, and I've kind of been regretting it because it was this birthday video. I mean, happy belated birthday, Rebecca. Love you. You're nothing but a wonderful, wonderful person. Love you. And she did this birthday video, and it was just friggin' horrible. Horrible. And then after I disliked it, I started thinking about that dislike, and it's like why I disliked it. It's like because the burden is on her to kind of entertain me, and I didn't get entertained with her playing around on her birthday, playing with a camera on her birthday. But then again, I thought back to those days when I first got a hold of a video camera, like years and years ago, with VHS, and I'm filming myself lip syncing to like Dave Matthews Band songs. You know?
That's your problem right there.
Yeah. Thank God I've destroyed that tape. No one will ever see that. But I mean, in this day and age, you can do a vlog every day. You got to fill the content with something, and sometimes it's shit.
Can polish every turd.
I guess I just expected more from her, and I feel like she put me in a position where I had to dislike it, because.
But now she knows you disliked it. Now she's gonna
What does
try
she
to
care? Yeah,
appease you.
she's probably got. Yeah,
You're a number one
She
fan.
really cares.
Are you kidding me? She listens to Shock Monkey Radio.
She
every
hasn't
Tuesday?
she hasn't been saying anything back to me on Instagram, so I know she doesn't give a shit about me.
I'm out of curiosity. How many other dislikes did the video have?
Like there's 3 already.
All right, so there's 3 dislikes.
Yeah.
Can she tell that you were the one that disliked it?
I don't think so.
I'm curious.
I don't know about how YouTube works.
Because if she
Yeah.
could tell that you specifically are the one that dislikes it, depending on her level of neurosis, she could certainly be like, "Who the fuck is this Scott guy?"
Could reverse.
And like her next video would be like, "All right, to the 3 assholes."
Whoa. Sheet music flying everywhere.
Good
Well,
catch. Good catch, Daddy.
I just want to point out that I did not see what I was catching. I
you
only
just
saw
reached out.
your reaction. I have to catch something that's about to fall.
Exactly. What, did your son pull that down?
Yep.
He wants in on it, huh? Wow, what a mess. Anyway. So, there was also one thing, like on Instagram, she did this picture of her in this Santa face that she'd made of herself, and that was creepy as hell, and I commented on it. I was like, that's creepy. So.
Is it post-Christmas that she put?
No, she was doing the Vlogmas thing where like every day up till Christmas,
Oh, okay.
she just posted a new video, and one of them was she was like made up like Santa Claus. I mean, the reindeer thing was sexy. She like painted her face like a reindeer. Oh, you popping it?
I'm popping it.
Oh, we got a treat. Tell us what we're gonna drink.
I've got some Valar Margulis, which is the Game of Thrones brew by Amagang Brewery in Cooperstown, New York.
Where the Baseball Hall of Fame is as well.
When confronted with the most feared saying in High Valyrian, take a sip and choose your words wisely, for all men must die, and all men must serve. Enjoy rich aromas of caramel and ripe fruit, with deep flavors of malty sweetness and fruity esters.
Yum.
Yeah,
Can we
sounds
try it?
delicious. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it on
Alright.
air.
What you said? It's an ale,
It's a double ale.
double ale. Wow. So what do you think? You think Rebecca Felgate knows about me?
Of course she does, Scott. If Axel knows about you, how come Rebecca can't know about you?
That's a different thing. Making friends with Axel, that was kind of like natural. That just happened. You're at the bar, you other rambunctious guy there. I mean, you're going to gravitate towards each other, I mean, another beer. He was drinking beer at the same rate as I am. So I was like, hey, a kindred spirit, That was a completely different thing. But, I mean, I couldn't really connect to Rebecca that way.
Reverse psychology. You say you don't dislike it. She's going to say, well, what can I do to please Scott?
You think
It's Mr. Madman.
you come to my house and have sex with me. That's how you please Scott. All right. You even got Game of Thrones glasses. Thank you, sir. Woo! Look at that head on there.
It's supposed to have a little bit of one, so I
Yeah,
understand.
Ales.
Yeah.
I think there's dog hair in this.
That's how it's made.
That's
Hair of the dog, huh?
It's dragon
all men,
fur.
All men must die.
So I guess I'm going to choke on dog hair. All right, let's give it a taste here.
All right. Bottoms up.
Right out of the bottle. It's kind of like Guinness, only lighter.
Yeah. Very flavorful.
Very rich.
It's good.
8%.
Yeah? Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't drink the whole bottle by myself.
We could, but
You
then
could,
you wouldn't
yeah,
be
yeah.
a responsible father.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. What do you think?
I enjoy it. I already had a whole bottle of it.
Of this kind?
Yes.
You also have another kind in
Yeah.
there, don't you?
I had 2 bottles of each. I finished 1 bottle of each.
Did you drink the other one by yourself, or did you have a friend over?
I mean, it was me and a couple people.
Oh, okay.
Like we all tasted
It's
it.
good.
And
It was like a
split
moment like
I
this.
like it.
I'm a Guinness fan, so
Gotcha. I personally, I also enjoy Guinness. I actually got a chance to go to Ireland last year, and
Lucky.
it was the Guinness. It flows like water in Ireland. My hotel in the lobby, there was a keg that you could just help yourself to of Guinness.
It'd be better if it was like a water fountain.
my bucket list is I want to do a British Isle cruise.
Oh, yeah.
And go, you start. I think you start off in London. You go up to Edinburgh and a couple places, and I don't want to have to travel. So if I could just sit in the boat and drink beers by the pool, and then just we're here in Dublin. Go ahead,
Have fun.
That was like one thing I always wanted to do when I was in the Navy, because in many ways, I mean, yeah, you get to see the world, but you really have no say.
Where you go?
Yeah, what parts of the world you see.
Here we are.
Yeah, so I was all over Florida, all over the Caribbean, but I always wanted to go on a North Atlantic cruise, and that's where they go, like they hit all the stops, And I found out that my command after I left the Navy They did a North Atlantic like the year after I left. And they were like, oh, I guess you should have re-enlisted. And I was like, nope. Even that would not get me to re-enlist. But, I mean, they hit all the places. They told me that after they left Amsterdam, they did a piss test on everyone. They found more people with gonorrhea, though.
Oh, yeah.
More people with gonorrhea found out from the urine test.
My 20th anniversary is this June.
20th?
20th. Flag Day. Mark the day.
You got married on Flag Day?
Yep.
Intentionally?
It was a Saturday.
Okay.
I'm not that patriotic.
Okay.
But when you're looking at, let's look at Saturdays in June. Oh, June 14th, that looks like a good Saturday. Oh, it's Flag Day. That's funny. Not intentional. But I was thinking maybe we do a cruise. I don't know if I can afford, it's $1,300 a person, not including airfare. But
Wow.
I would like to. We'll see.
1,400, huh?
Yeah, and no kids, just me and the wife.
Shit.
My son's going to Buffalo for the summer, so we'll probably ship him up there and send my daughter with him for a week and pick her up on the way back.
Well, that sounds awesome.
I don't.
I mean,
Kind of, yeah,
a
it really
cruise,
does.
yeah, a cruise is a lot better if the ship is not gray and made out of metal.
Yeah, but it's
I hear.
yeah.
I hear.
But like I said, it's 12 days. I don't know if I want to do a 12 days. We'll see. I've never done one. I've always wanted to do it. I'm 40-something years
See,
old.
I've never drank on a ship. That's what sucks. You know, I always wanted to get drunk when we were out to sea taking the heavy rolls. You know, and see if I can handle it.
I've never been on a cruise because the last time we went on a cruise, I was under the impression, you don't need to bring your paperwork unless you are getting off port. Not a big deal. I don't plan on going. We were going with my father-in-law, and I'm not going to get off in Cancun or wherever the heck they were going by. So I didn't think about it. And then the week before, my father goes, okay, yeah, make sure you have all your papers. And I even talked to the travel agents. Oh, you don't need it if you're not getting enough ports. Oh, no, you need it to board, though. And so I'm Canadian by birth, and
Really?
I do not know where the heck my citizenship papers went to.
Kind of important.
Right. I didn't need a passport. I just needed a citizenship paper.
Well, congratulations for that little Canadian drop, because now I'm going to personally blame you for Justin Bieber every time he presents himself.
You can have them.
You cannot export your pop stars here.
I'm American. I moved here when I was 1.
You take Drake back. You take him back now.
Are you from Toronto?
Niagara Falls. My mom's from
Okay.
New Brunswick, blah, 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 blah. But she was from Niagara Falls.
Okay, so you don't know Rebecca Felgate?
I do not know Rebecca Felgate.
Okay.
I probably could find her, though.
I was just looking to see if you could hook me
That
up.
didn't
I don't know
sound
if you're hanging out.
stalkery at all.
I know I can find her. I know it. That does sound creepy. Boy, this thick beer feels like I'm drinking a loaf of bread.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
I guess we can start getting into news stories. Pretty crappy news week, you know.
I don't know. I think you got some pretty good stories in
I
here.
found some. I had to go hunting all over the place, looking like 3 different news sites. But it's all like Senate confirmation hearings, and I don't know why anyone wants to go into politics if they have to. If that's your job. You got to ask this guy a bunch of questions, see if he's okay for the job. And like, do we want this guy to be our attorney general? I don't know. But I did find some interesting stories. All right, let's start with the first one. U.S. Army asked for biodegradable ammo. I think this is interesting as
I
hell.
think this is awesome.
Yeah.
We want to kill people, but we also want to
Like,
plant some
do
trees.
good things for the earth. All right.
Well, I don't get the whole...
When we bury this body, we want it to turn
go
into
ahead.
something
Yeah, let's go
beautiful.
over the article to talk about what's going on. The U.S. Army goes through a lot of ammunition, obviously, because they do a lot of shooting and training, way more than most other countries, by the way. So that's why we have such excellent marksmen in this country, so don't fuck with the U.S. But that ammunition doesn't come without waste, which slowly degrades over a year. You know, all this metal and lead just laying around. You know, it's not good. You know, it's not good. It can poison water, which is the big thing. Lead poisoning in the water, bad thing. Anyone remember Flint? That's what Flint, Michigan. No,
They had a
Flint from
water
G.I. Joe.
problem? They had a water problem?
You don't know? Oh, that's sarcasm. Oh, Tom was doing sarcasm. Alrighty.
I do
I'm not familiar. Please explain it to me.
All right, so the Department of Defense has decided to do something about all this lead and stuff like that. So they're designing this environmentally friendly ammunition. Get this, all right? Biodegradable training ammunition loaded with specialized seeds to grow environmentally beneficial plants that eliminate ammunition debris and contaminants. They're putting seeds in the bullets so that, after the bullet goes through a bad guy.
No.
It's just training ammunition?
It's just training ammunition.
That'd be more fun if it was maybe you kill the bad guy and
free fertilizer.
Exactly.
It would have to be just for training ammunition. Because think about this: what if someone survives the gunshot wound, and then several months later,
But they got a tree growing
plant
out of them?
starts growing out of their
That would be awesome.
this aloe plant's just sticking out of the side of somebody's arm in the desert.
A tomato.
That's some tomatoes coming out.
You got a zit.
That would be
And
awesome.
you pop the zit and
Cherry
the
tomato.
cherry tomato juice comes out.
That would be awesome.
I didn't get the seeding part. I agree. It would be cool to have a biodegradable thing, not have the lead. It's training exercise. But if you're always shooting at the same range, unless you're moving around,
It's all going to be in the same area.
You don't want trees and stuff growing. So that's what I didn't get, but it sounded like a pretty cool idea.
Well, I mean, imagine if all ammunition becomes biodegradable and beneficial for the earth. It'd be a positive thing. Flower guns.
Ice bullets.
Flower
Dude,
guns.
we just need to start freezing paintballs.
Why?
Instead of bullets, you put the soldiers, you give them what's the liquid nitrogen with the paintballs, so they're always cold when they pull them out of their ammo cartridges.
And then what?
Well, once they thaw, obviously it shouldn't be paint what's in them.
I don't think little musket balls of paint.
But if they're frozen,
They're going to hurt. They're not going to kill anybody. The whole point is to kill people.
is it though?
In war.
I think so. In war.
Maybe that's the problem. We should
Well,
stop.
it's 'cause
we should
they're-
stop trying to kill people
'cause you
and
keep-
start trying to grievously injure them so that they survive.
Then we need to shoot them with seed bullets.
Yeah, seed
saying.
bullets or maybe understanding NATO's.
Or paintballs, or frozen paintballs. You ever been hit with a paintball that's not frozen in the middle of a summer on bare skin? That shit stings.
You are such a whiny
Regular
little
paintball.
pussy, man. Whiny little bitch. It hurt. I want to go talk about paintballs. What a baby. Anyway, so the Army has requested low-velocity 40-millimeter grenades, biodegradable with seeds in them, 60-millimeter, 81-millimeter, and 120-millimeter mortars. Shoulder-launched, that's, bazookas, munitions, 120-millimeter tank rounds, and 155-millimeter artillery rounds, all with seeds.
Who's going to be the new Johnny Appleseed? That's what I want to know.
The Army.
GI
I've been
Johnny
working on that joke all
Appleseed.
day, bud.
I've just been thinking about that all day. That's the best you came up with.
What?
Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah, I posted these news stories, right? And then I see Tom is one of the first people to look at them. It's you've been thinking about this since then, and that's the best you came up with.
GI Johnny Appleseed. I like it.
Flint.
Lady J.
She was the hottest. Period. Hottest GI Joe, Lady J. Right?
I have to go
Wouldn't
Scarlet.
she be a GI Jane though?
She would have been a G.I. Jane, but it's... I have to go Scarlet.
Nah. Lady J.
I mean, I did like Lady J. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know. I got a thing for
She-
girls with short hair.
She had the plunging neckline on her figure.
That's right. And she was espionage expert, right? That's the baddest ass of the baddest ass.
I don't know. Scarlet was like a wannabe ninja.
Yeah, wannabe ninja. Plus, she was all about snake eyes. I don't understand.
It was the love triangle of Snake Eyes and Duke.
I can't. The things we get into on this show, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why you brought me ADHD here.
Absolutely. All right. Let's talk about this. A woman arrested in a sex fantasy host.
Oh, this is the best
Hoax.
story.
Really a victim, prosecutors say. Okay, a Southern California woman has been exonerated of charges that she responded to a rape fantasy ad on Craigslist in order to get men to attack her ex-boyfriend's new wife, prosecutors said on Wednesday. They now say it was the new wife who was trying to frame her husband's ex. Charges were dropped against Michelle Susan Hadley, 30 of Ontario, which was, quote, the innocent victim of a diabolical scheme that also included phony death threats. Orange County District Attorney Tony Rakakis, announced. All right, prosecutors have charged Angelina Marie Diaz, 31 years old, with kidnapping, false imprisonment, and perjury. Diaz, who's originally from Arizona and moved back there, was arrested in Phoenix on Friday and is awaiting extradition. So I guess she's Ontario. That's Canada, right?
No.
No?
Well, it is Canada, but there's an Ontario, California.
Oh, okay.
It's just north of LA.
Oh, really?
They have their own little airport. I've flown there.
I'm thinking about Canada.
Rebecca
felt like it.
But it is
Sorry.
confusing because it's Ontario, CA, and it's Ontario, California.
Okay. All right. The reason I put this article is because rape fantasy is what leapt out at me.
Right. So I was reading
People
the
are
article.
into that?
Apparently, but all the people that came made sure, I wanted to do consensual rape fantasy, and she told the police, no, they're, whatever.
The difference is there's a safe word.
There's a safe word.
Does
They just want rough sex.
that make it okay?
Yes, it does.
Yes,
They're role playing.
because it's consensual. I want to pretend like I'm being raped, and if the safe word is said, then it's over.
Or I want to pretend I'm raping you, but it's basically just rough sex.
Right.
And you think that's okay?
I don't.
It's not about what I think. I'm just saying that it does exist.
It's a consensual relationship between two adults. Yeah, fine.
You ever get dumped because your girlfriend wanted you to choke her during sex and you wouldn't want to do it?
I've not had that pleasure.
Who has two thumbs and has been dumped because he didn't choke a girl? This guy.
Madman wouldn't choke a bitch?
Madman wouldn't choke a bitch. Because the last thing I need is marks.
Choke lightly, leave no marks.
Written consent.
Written consent? You think that'll work?
Yeah.
So if the cops come banging on the door and like, he choked me last night.
I would like to present this document, officer, that says she gave me permission to choke her.
And she gave me the safe word.
Now, I'm sure you'll still get arrested. You'll just have to bring that document to a court of law.
Think about this, like trailer park supervillain woman. You know? She's like, I'm going to go on Craigslist, get all these like looking for violent sex,
You know what?
and give the picture of this girl just to get her attacked.
He's on the other side of the gate. Yeah, he's trying to get through.
Keep an eye out for you, Daddy.
He's got that 20-year daddy instinct right
Yep.
there.
I read that article, and I couldn't comprehend, and they didn't go into detail, but I didn't understand the motive. She won. She was married to the guy.
Yeah, it's just straight up vengeance.
I could see the motive that she was trying to place on the former girlfriend. That made sense until they researched and found the internet IP addresses where the connections were made from her father's house and her cell phone.
Wow.
I was fascinated by the article. I don't understand it.
Diaz is also accused of faking cervical cancer, forging doctor's notes, and posing as an attorney, prosecutors say. This is a trailer park supervillain right
I didn't
here.
know that posing as an attorney is a crime.
I guess it is.
It is.
I didn't know that because
Why would you want to?
Well, many times my friends have been on the verge of making bad decisions, and I have said, as your legal counsel, I cannot advise you do that.
That's only because you're like a notary public, right?
I am a notary. I am a government official.
So technically, you're the closest thing to a lawyer we have. I don't know. You have any law training? You have law general?
I took business law in college in 1996.
That still stands?
It's still terribly relevant.
Yeah, it's 20 years old. Business law couldn't have changed that much.
How much? Yeah, business doesn't change that much. It's like fuck the workers. We take the money.
Minimum wage has just gone up. That's it.
I told you I love the whole concept of minimum wage because the businesses came to the government and they said, "Look, what's the absolute minimum we can pay people?"
Right.
That's kind of fucked up if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good that it's going up. That's a kind of a good thing. Rape fantasy, I don't get it. If a girl ever said, "I want you to let's role play a rape thing," and it's like, what if I don't get an erection? I'm like, why wouldn't you get an erection?
What if you do
Because
get an
rape
erection?
is violence, and violence doesn't turn me on.
Okay, well let's tame it down a little bit. What
like
if,
choking?
No,
I want you
no.
to choke me? That's a little
no,
bit tamer.
let's tame it down. Tying someone up.
No. No way.
Because there's no once they're tied up, there's no violence involved because there's no.
There's
There's-
too much trust needed.
Yeah.
Of course, there's much trust needed.
But is that the point, though, of being tied up?
I guess I don't know.
So I trust
I'm
you
I'm
enough?
just putting a hypothetical out there. I don't.
No,
I honestly
I
don't
don't
know.
No, I don't like bondage. I'm not into Wonder Woman. I told you Wonder Woman's a scary person. You don't want to mess with her.
You don't think that it would be thrilling to trust someone enough to let them tie you up?
Absolutely not.
No.
I guess it's just like one of the first, like, basic instinct. When I first saw that movie, it was like, no way. No one's ever tying me up.
What about just one arm and one leg?
No.
You still get one arm and one leg free.
No. I don't like it.
Well, what about just
Have you ever been tied up?
no?
You?
Wait,
Sexually?
wait.
Sexually?
Maybe. Not in a way that I couldn't get out as easily though. More like pretend.
I'm
Tied up.
sorry I started this line of questioning. All of a sudden, I don't really want to know. Oh, my God. You want to go to the next story?
Madman's blushing.
Please. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm a pretty boring person, I guess. We kind of touched on the Meryl Streep thing all right. You want to skip this one?
Yeah, because I don't want to touch Meryl Streep ever.
Ever. She's unattractive. I don't know how she keeps getting work.
I did like the picture of Nazi Gibson and what's his name?
Oh yeah.
The reaction?
Yeah,
It was Mel Gibson and was it Matt Damon? No.
No.
No way. Ben Affleck, what was his name? Now I got to pull up the article.
I know who you're talking
Dude
about.
from Old School.
I saw the video.
Dude from Old School.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Yeah, that's it. Well, they both have this disgusted look on their face.
Yeah.
Scott Baio came out and was like, "This is why Trump won because you assholes you're so pretentious."
Really? Did Scott
Dude,
Baio
no,
say
Scott
something?
Scott Baio is an open Trump supporter.
I know that, but I mean,
But he came out and said, this is why Trump won. And you're basically guaranteeing him 8 years by continuing to carry on like this. He won. Deal with it. Move forward.
fuck you, Meryl Streep.
Moving on.
Psychopath.
Next article.
This one comes from Heat Street.
Oh, I love Heat Street.
We love Heat Street.
It's so offensively right. It's wonderful.
I know. California murderer is first U.S. prisoner to receive sex change paid for with taxpayer dollars. All right, I love the way these Heat Street articles start because from the very first couple words, it's completely opinion.
Hold on.
The opening paragraph of this article. It's difficult to argue that prisoners shouldn't be entitled to medically necessary procedures.
Wait, what?
It's difficult to argue that prisoners shouldn't be entitled to medically necessary
Necessary, yes.
procedures.
Okay, I agree. Agreed.
It's chemo for cancer.
Sure.
For one thing, it's guaranteed under the Eighth Amendment. Good thing, too. Being incarcerated within the state or federal penitentiaries affords little freedom to convicts serving out their sentences. And to refuse prisoners medical treatment is to sentence them to a slow and painful death. And that amounts to a cruel and unusual punishment.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. I'm with you.
However, determining what's medically necessary, quote unquote, is a conundrum. Obviously, you never see a conundrum. You never see conundrum in a real news
Determining
article.
what is medically necessary.
Obviously,
It seems to me that that's a pretty fucking simple thing.
yeah.
Without this medical procedure,
You will die.
are you in threat of pain or
death.
death? Yes or no?
Well, it's
Emotional pain doesn't fucking count, you pussy.
Not in jail.
Exactly. You're in jail. You should be experiencing emotional pain because you caused it for somebody.
That is the point. If you do not have jail, then you might as well just kill the bastards.
Right.
But they're there to.
They're in jail, but we don't want them to feel bad about
Yeah.
it.
Are
you fucking serious? Where is this happening? Is this in California?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But they did relay about 4 other circumstances.
Can they
that
just
have
Civil
been
War
denied.
Texas style this shit and get it over with already? Can we just annex the state of California, make them their own country, and be done with them?
Was it Calexit?
Can we just make it real? Can it happen? I'm
We
so
can come up with
sick
something
and
better than
tired.
Cal exit.
I'm so sick and tired of these super liberals. Think everyone deserves a trophy. Everyone needs a pat on the back. Oh, you should get an A for effort. No, fuck you. You failed.
A's not even an effort.
I'm saying. I am passionate about this. This makes me angry. I don't think tax dollars.
Heat Street.
Yay, Heat Street. Yay, Heat Street.
I agree. I don't think. See, I loved that last show because Tom kept going. Oh, I'm kind of like a libertarian, you know. And
Libertarian is not a liberal.
I know, but
yeah.
Not a pure liberal. Not the way I'm looking at liberals.
that's
No.
right. So I knew
Libertarian is about personal freedoms.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know that when I posted this article in here, it's like I know that I'm going to be politically aligned with all of you guys because I'm on the same page. You know, because I'm sorry, you don't need a sex change if you're a murderer in prison.
Yeah. No shit. I don't know what to say.
There's no such thing as dicks off for good behavior.
Well, I mean, I understand that there's this big thing about like transgender people and stuff like that. And I understand that they have been oppressed and suppressed for a very, very long time. But you people who are transgender, who are not murderers,
By all means, get your operation.
Well, okay,
but if you are an offender, you should not be allowed that
No.
right. I mean, you're not even allowed to vote
Right.
as a felon.
Listen, I'm all for people having gender identity issues.
Because you're confused, is it?
Because I'm confused. Because I'm confused as to the. Anyways, I'm all for it. If you feel if you were born a man and you feel you should be a woman and you want to have your penis mutilated and turned inside out
Ew.
to have a vagina or a proximity of vagina and do whatever you want to do. If that's how you feel, if it makes you feel like a normal person, I'm not going to judge that feeling.
Right.
But again, you're a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth are we? I don't
Why
care.
should we have to pay for it?
You're there to suffer in jail for being stupid.
And if part of your punishment is the fact that it's like, I should have been a woman,
I mean,
by all means.
go ahead and bend over and let them fuck you up the ass, and not in your fake mutilated pussy. I apologize for my vulgarness. I tried
That is
to
pretty
be good.
vulgar.
But I saw this. It even infuriates me if you want to go further into say state employees getting paid gender reassignment surgeries. No, that's an elective surgery. You pay for it.
Okay, like on health insurance and stuff like that?
Yes, my health insurance premiums
yeah.
should not be raised.
Going
so you raise the price of everybody's premium, so it makes everybody else's no.
Yep.
If a gender reassignment costs $300 million, then you
pay it.
find $300 million
Out of your
to
pocket.
become a man.
Out of your pocket.
That is so. If I will want the regular person that has not caused a crime to have that paid for through our shared. And again, if this is a public employee, because I've seen public government assisted ways to do this, I don't want a fucking murderer who, in my opinion, I love the death penalty if it's proven. They should be killed and fine, chop off their dick and let them bleed to death. I don't know. I'm pissed off. I saw this article. I read all your articles you posted today. I was pissed off when I saw
Didn't I
this.
tell you, EK? You can rant with the best of them.
I'm saying I
You
got
can rant with the
nothing.
best of them.
I got nothing to disagree with.
Yeah, right?
Nothing.
Oh, that's so great. Let's go on before Tom's head pops. Look how red his face is. Look at it.
Matches
I'm
the shirt.
Irish. I got my red shirt on.
Exactly. This one comes from CNN.com, where change never came, Obama's hometown. Now, I find this interesting because Obama's giving his goodbye speech, probably as we speak right now, or whatever farewell thing.
Yeah, something. It's-
In Chicago. All right.
which murder capital of the country right now.
Yeah. All right. But I like CNN is just a little bit more, what's the word? Softball about leading opinion articles.
Sure.
Chicago, CNN. Tears rolled down her face as Ursula Phoenix stood in Grant Park,
Who the fuck is Ursula Phoenix and why does she
witnessing
matter?
Barack Obama, a man from the south side of Chicago, become the first black president of the United States in 2008.
I thought he was from Hawaii. Just saying.
I thought he was born in Africa.
Donald thinks he is.
All right, that's the first sentence. That was one sentence. All right, and then they have like a break, like it's the end of a paragraph in one sentence. So they go to another sentence. She thought about her grandfather, who was once stopped from voting at gunpoint, and her mother, who left Alabama for Chicago, looking for a slice of equality. She thought about her 6-year-old daughter growing up in an era of the first African-American president. Is that a news article?
Nope. It's a story.
Sounds like an opinion piece.
It is an opinion piece. All right. But, it is CNN.com. All right. Ursula Phoenix, she's from what I gleaned from this article, excuse me, she lives in Chicago. And the facts that I find, I don't know, like 8-10 paragraphs in here, is that last year, in 2016, 762 people were killed in Chicago in that year.
That's more than 2 a day. That's like 3 a day.
Yeah. Here's another,
it's
after
like
another
2.5
4
a day.
paragraphs. During Obama's tenure in the White House, 3,917 people were murdered in Chicago. Police records show. I mean, seriously, like
those
10
two
paragraphs
numbers-
in.
Those two numbers don't match.
Something like 20. That's no. They don't match because
One
talking
was
about
a
1
year
year.
versus 4
Yeah,
years,
versus
right.
the whole tenure. All right. So, I mean, why do I have to go through 10 paragraphs to find the facts? That's the first thing I have to say about
Because you're
CNN.
on CNN. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other issue is that, well, let me just read President Obama's response to this. It's heartbreaking, President Obama said to New York, CNN affiliate WLS about the violence in Chicago. Obviously, most issues around crime and safety are local. I can't send Marines into Chicago. I said in Grant Park, when I was declared the winner of the presidency, that this wasn't a task for 1 year, or 1 term, or even 1 president. Way to have some poise. That's why he was president. That's why he did 2 terms. That guy thinks quickly on his feet.
Yep.
He's good at talking.
It's a good response. I can't argue with that.
Exactly. Now get the fuck out.
Yep. Make room. Make room.
I'm sorry.
Make room for the gold-plated toilets.
Because, I mean, we have another fucking nightmare on our hands the next 4 years, all right? Because we got to...
We don't know that for sure yet.
I'm not liking the odds.
If I were a betting man...
When he's,
I'm just saying. Even the last horse with the worst stats can win the race if he gets the juice.
So you're saying we need to give HGH to Trump?
Yes. Maybe his tiny hands.
It sounds like a solution. Not necessarily the right one, but it is a solution.
Look.
We'll call it the final solution. How about that?
The mad scientist in you has rubbed off on me.
Hanging out in my lab. See, you don't... anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Hanging out in my lab with the Madman. All righty. EK the Madman hanging out in the lab. But I have to ask you honestly, what can a president do?
nothing. That's why I'm not too worried about Donald.
Travel across the world pretending to be a diplomat.
Who's that?
You said, what can the president do?
Oh.
I mean, the president, they can do some things. They can try to push some policy.
Make executive orders that are really sketchy.
They can pardon, criminals. Right, but it still needs to be ratified and voted on by Congress and the Senate. And yes, they can push some things. That's why I'm not. What I am scared about is you got, yes, and they can veto. You do have Republican Senate, Republican Congress, Republican leadership. So, but I don't know if he's a Republican. He's a Republican in
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
No.
He's a Democrat in Republican clothing.
No, he's a capitalist.
Yes.
There we go. He's
I mean,
not
as
a politician.
soon as it was Hillary or Trump, it's like either way, you got Wall Street controlling the country now. Which he's loud wherever he goes, huh?
You started talking about we've had this conversation.
All right.
Crazy Hillary supporter. The second you said Hillary's name, he's like, I got something to say about this. He shouldn't have won.
See, yeah, I think you're right.
Is he Hillary or Bernie?
Oh no, he's Hillary. Well, I mean, he is a pure liberal.
Tax spender.
We're destined to not get along.
All right, you want to talk about this piece of work, Dylan Roof?
The church shooter guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yes, that started all these problems. Yep.
All right.
Well, not started, but you get my point.
Anyway, this piece of work, Dylan Roof. I think I got an update to this story. I think he was sentenced to death by the jury this evening.
Good.
Yeah. Now this guy, Dylan Roof, in 2015, I don't know if you remember. I sure do. He walked into a black church in Charleston, South Carolina, and killed 18. What was it? 18 people? No, wait. 18 counts. So it's probably like 9 people. Damn it. CNN.com. I gotta go to the read more. I gotta go 5 paragraphs down to find out how many people he killed. Anyway, this guy, I've been following the story because it's been interesting. Because he fired his public defender, wanted to represent himself.
Yeah, that sounds stable.
Yeah, and he's he's writing stuff on his prison shoes, like they're like swastikas, I'm sure, and stuff like white power, stuff like that. And then he was quoted today as saying, I still think I should have done it.
That sounds like a college-educated man.
Yeah, sounds like a real bright, benefit to society. We should keep him around.
Did he claim guilty?
I don't think he did. I think he
I still think I should have done it. With a not guilty plea, you say this?
I still
It's
feel
like OJ writing the book, If I Did It.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. What a D-bag. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. Now, I'm going to come to the crux of the matter. Do you think somebody like that is a D-bag just because they want to die? Think about
Possibly.
this. Think about this. You're the kind of D-bag that would do something like this. All right? You walk in there and you're like, finally, I took out some of them darkies. And that's going through your head. But you finally did it, and then the weight of your crimes falls upon you. You get arrested. You end up in jail. It's like, I got to get a public defender, or I got to see a judge. I'm talking to a judge. It's like, do I really want to spend the rest of my life in prison, or would I rather just be executed? So when it comes to the question of the death penalty, I think this is very important now. You got to understand that some of these people who commit these heinous crimes always looking for an easy way out. That's why there's people who will commit a murder and then kill themselves.
I don't know.
All right?
I see your logic.
Okay. See what you got to say.
But typically people that commit the murders and then kill themselves, it's a crime of passion. Like
Was that not a crime of passion?
It's they're just like there's a murder in just north of us in Northern Virginia, Maryland. The kid killed the girl. I think either killed or shot the mom, and then he killed himself. He probably he was mentally unstable and he couldn't live without her. Or I don't know, but if you want to die, maybe just because I'm sane, I don't want to kill somebody to then have. I don't know.
I guess you can't understand because you've never had that impulse to kill somebody.
I've never had yes, I've had impulses to kill somebody, but I rationalize that wouldn't be smart.
Yeah.
I mean, a boss, and you know what? In a month from now, I'm gonna forget that. Those are just dark impulses we all have as humans that we realize we shouldn't act upon because we're civilized human beings.
So I think that, mentally, you could not understand a person like that.
Yeah, but I mean, is he Christian? I mean, murder, you're not going to heaven. No matter how justified you are.
But hold on, if this guy is religious,
but if you kill yourself, you're not going to heaven. But killing somebody so you don't have to murder yourself, there's better things you can do to get yourself killed. You can drive crazy wave a gun, and then the cops are going to kill you.
Probably.
Bro, if you're white or black.
but what I'm thinking, here's what I'm saying about this, is that because he thinks in his twisted mind that God wanted him to kill black people because that's the mark of Cain, you know.
Right.
The black skin, that's the mark of Cain. That's how you know. They're evil. Straight. I've heard this stuff. You go to enough churches, you hear this stuff. White people churches, you hear this stuff. All right?
I've been to white people church. I've heard that.
I've heard that. If you're going to interrupt, do it.
I'm just trying to choose my words correctly here.
He's as flabbergasted
Are you
as
familiar?
I am.
Are you familiar with Shem, Ham, and Japheth?
The Three Stooges?
That's Curly Larry Moe. Sounds like you're...
These are the sons of
Oh,
Noah.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you watch Noah or something like that?
No, I actually have some religious knowledge, a little tiny amount.
Let's hear about it.
So,
Preach on.
in theory,
Damn it.
they migrated after the Tower of Babel to different parts of the world and ended up with dark skin, fair skin, and olive skin. Right?
I guess.
I mean, that's the
Bible
explanation of the story. So, have you ever seen a black person that has had that skin disease that makes their skin slowly turn white?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson?
Okay.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson. Yeah.
So,
Yes, I've seen it.
I guess what I'm getting at here is
There's mutation when it comes to evolution.
right. Isn't it possible that we all started from the dark colored skin?
Very likely.
And then, some of us just turned white?
Right.
Living in caves too long.
Right.
Well, it's like the big penises.
And not only
Well, let me talk about the big penis thing.
not only is it possible, but isn't it likely?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let me talk about the big penis thing here for a second. People talk about black guys having bigger penises than white people. That's only because white people have been wearing underwear for a lot longer than people from Africa. That's all. It's a little bit of gravity. You ever seen those native girls where their tits are like hanging like at her waistline?
Okay, but how does that explain?
Gravity.
Evolutionary, because the gravity pulled their penis down, that they were then naturally selected. So over time, their penises grew larger. So now with the fact that they were underwear like us white folk, I don't really buy that. Because we were in our caves with our loincloths with no underwear. It wasn't necessarily secure. I think African black folk and white folk simultaneously came to the conclusion that one should wear underwear at the same time. I don't buy.
I think that a more likely conclusion to that evolutionary aspect is that when all the vaginas you encounter are bigger,
Oh, for God's sake.
the dicks need to evolve to compensate the extra room.
Oh, God. What are we talking about? I got to find another news story.
Look, you're the one that opens these doors.
You're right.
But I agree. We're all one.
What'd you say? That was 8% beer?
And
Yeah.
and the guy should hang, which he's going to. So move on. What's next up?
Oh, God.
I think we have time for like one more because
Okay,
it's,
yeah, that's
it's three
57.
till. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to skip the country singer finding a snake in the toilet because that happens.
What's a boot in my snake? Or a snake in my boot?
It's a snake
That's
in my
8%
boots.
alcohol.
But we will talk about this Chinese company 3D printing veins. Chinese company implants 3D printed blood vessels into monkeys. All right, a major breakthrough in 3D printed medicine can bring hope to nearly 1.8 billion people with cardiovascular disease.
I mean, that's significant.
Yes. Chinese scientists have successfully 3D printed blood vessels and implanted them in rhesus monkeys. It's a major step, on the road to mass printing human organs for transplants. Wow. Imagine that. All those people waiting for a heart, waiting for a liver. I could keep drinking.
That's what I was gonna say.
I could keep drinking.
All men must
By
die.
the time
but not with 3D printing.
Well, I mean, you're eventually going to die. That's going to happen, even with brand new parts. I mean, right? We all know that, right?
Theoretically, you couldn't.
Anyway.
Well, in the words of Cake, your liver pays dearly for youthful magic moments, but rock on completely.
Well, what
with
if you
some
didn't get
brand
enough
new
magic
components.
moments?
I just say, here's to the future. We're living in it, and
The things our kids are going to see.
Well, here's the
You
thing.
know?
Now, I just read this a meme. You know, back in the day, I used to walk, 20 miles to school both
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah, uphill.
Now, what
Uphill
are,
in the snow, barefoot.
what are the kids going to say? What's the memes of the future? Back in the day,
Back in the day, I didn't have Wi-Fi on the bus.
Right.
back in the day, my tablet was a piece of paper. I mean,
We used to have to play video games with our hands.
It's like a baby's toy.
I could just see all the changes we've made, and it just fascinates me. And I'm not surprised that we have 3D printing veins, and here's the 3D printed hearts and livers.
Amazing, right?
Yes. It almost sounds science fiction.
Well, I mean, I wonder if that's like the same for everybody. They go through their lives. Like, for example, like the invention of light or the telephone. You know?
But-
I wonder if people who are around for the invention of the telephone look at a smartphone now and, like, they shit their pants.
But try explaining a phone to a caveman, a smartphone to the caveman, that you got this device in your hand that connects to every single written moment of humanity. We have all this stuff at our fingertips. We didn't have this. I mean, we knew about phones, and I mean, I don't know about you. I had the 30-foot phone cable
Oh, yeah. Phone cord.
growing up as a kid, and now we got wireless smartphones in our pockets.
Wait. No. We are not Hillary supporters. We don't like Hillary. We like that Russia hacked her. They should have. Oh, you got nothing to say to that, huh? Man, I hate talking to him.
He loves the microphone,
I
though.
know.
Can't get enough of it.
It's your DNA, man. What do you
And he
expect?
doesn't have headphones on, so he can't hear himself. He just knows he's talking into the thing he's supposed to talk into.
That everyone else is talking into. I want in on this. Quit pinching him.
What a difference a week make. Last week he was done by like 6:20.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is toddler age. I mean, he's
Well, today he spent
sleep schedule.
he spent the day with his nana. So
You got him back tired or something?
he's the opposite of tired because he got a nap today.
Oh, I got you. Little babies.
All right, well, let's.
What are the things he's going to see? You think he's going to go to Mars?
I sure hope so.
I told my niece, I was like, hey, you better study that math. SpaceX is looking for people to go colonize Mars. My sister got pissed at me. She's like, no, I do not want my daughter going to another planet. I was like, you kidding me? If I were her age, I would be leaping at that chance. I would love to go to, there's no smoking in space.
How selfish are you to not let your daughter go to Mars?
Well, I'm a smoker. I couldn't go. Oh, he wants back
knows,
on the show.
He knows the show's going to end.
It's over. The show's over. All right, well, we've been the Shock Monkeys. I'm the Madman, and I love you. Who are you?
I'm EK.
I'm in Studio Tom.
In Studio Tom.
All right,
We'll see you guys next week.
next week.